First of all, unbelievable. The Last Dance was the greatest documentary ever. I've seen all the 30 for 30s, the Vince Carter documentary, all sporting documentaries, but none takes the crown other than The Last Dance. That was the greatest documentary of all time. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Basketball Down Under. Today we're talking The Last Dance, and oh my god, am I excited. That show was just unreal. I'm a basketball junkie and I thought I knew a lot of stuff, but watching that show, all 10 episodes, was phenomenal. I learned so much stuff. There was not one moment in that whole documentary that I was bored. It was just phenomenal. So I'm going to be discussing a few of my thoughts and feelings about the show because I've got to share some of my opinions because it was just unreal. First of all, Mike Tollin, great job. Second thing, Michael Jordan has no dress style. He might be the greatest of all time, but as seen here, he looks like a slice of cheese. The third thing we're going to talk about is Jerry Krause. I know he looked like a little bit of a weirdo with that floating eye and everything he had going on and all the weird decisions he made. People have been giving him abuse, but he actually did not deserve it in a sense. I personally didn't like him, but you can't fault the guy because he hired Phil Jackson. He made the trio of Jordan, Rodman and Pippen, so you can't fault Jerry Krause too much. He did make some bad decisions in saying that though, especially the last ones were saying, Phil Jackson, this is your last season. I don't care if you got 82-0. That was just dumb. I don't get why he did that. There was no reason. Jerry Krause just had small man syndrome. Quick side note, we all know what Jordan was listening to on the bus. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Basketball Down Under. The fourth thing I gotta say is, Phil Jackson's got to credit his success to a good man named Tex Winter. Phil Jackson's known for the triangle offense, but I didn't know this. Phil Jackson didn't create the triangle offense, it was actually Tex Winter who gave it to him. Tex Winter studied the game, he was like a student and a master at the same time, and he shared his knowledge where Phil Jackson ended up delivering it and winning multiple championships. The fifth thing that I learned was Dennis Rodman was even more crazy than I thought. I did not know Rodman was that crazy. I knew he dressed up as a woman, I knew he had piercings, I knew his hair was crazy. Quick side note, did you guys know that his hair was 33s? I thought it was cheetah print, but for 33 for Scottie Pippen. But did you guys know that he went to Las Vegas on a 4-day stretch, a 4-day bender or whatnot, just to go get, I don't know what he was doing down there, but I did not know Rodman went to Vegas and went absolutely crazy with Christina Electra and all her gang, and I'm sure he was with a whole lot of women there, doing some not such good things. But then again, you got to credit Phil Jackson for being able to know his players and being able to manage them to get the most out of their potential. Getting on to Michael Jordan now, who the show is mainly about, obviously. That guy was absolutely insane. All these things, I could go on a list for hours and hours and hours and sort of talking about accomplishments and things that I'm impressed by. But I'm going to tell you about Isaiah Thomas. I did not know he had that much beef with Isaiah, which to be fair, he had a reason to. With Isaiah and the Detroit Pistons not actually shaking their hands at the end of one of those games, it was pretty bad, and it does allow for a bit of hate from Jordan. But I did not know that they did not choose Isaiah Thomas for the Dream Team in the '92 Olympics just because of his beef. Isaiah Thomas was a bit of an, you know what, because it wasn't just Jordan that hated him, it was a bunch of players that didn't like Isaiah Thomas. He was a dog on the court, so it did, incite that behaviour. But Jordan specifically didn't like him, and because they wanted Jordan on the Dream Team, they couldn't have Isaiah, and I know which one I'd take. Continuing on that triumph from the 1992 Dream Team, Jordan was genius. He was part of Jordan or Nike, whichever one you want to call it, and he did not want to advertise any other brand. And in the ceremony when they were going to accept their medals, they had to wear a Reebok tracksuit. So Jordan, this was absolutely genius, decided to wear a flag, a United States flag, over his tracksuit so you couldn't see the Reebok logo. Because Jordan didn't want anyone wearing anything other than his own brand, which is certainly fair enough. So he didn't want anyone getting any free advertising. Just remarkable things like this is just what made him so elite, not just on the court. When Jordan was playing in big games or needed to motivate himself just that little bit extra, he'd actually make things up, which just blew my mind, like how you can do such a thing and just get fired up. It was ridiculous. Some player would make a slight comment and Jordan would turn that into like, you're the worst player in the world. And Jordan would use that as fuel the fire in his belly, and he'd just go out and drop 50. because that's what he could do. He was just unreal. Now, I'm a basketball junkie, so I know literally everything about basketball. But in the flu game, I did not know Jordan wasn't actually sick. He was rather poisoned. At 10:30 at night, the day before the game, Jordan got hungry and nothing was open. So they elected to go to the one pizza joint that was open in the whole of the city of Utah. Jordan ordered the pizza and got it delivered, and as it was delivered, there were 5 guys at the door. I don't know about you, but when I order a pizza, there certainly ain't 5 guys at the door. Jordan ate the pizza and he thought, this is not the right thing. But he ate it anyway, and I still don't know why he did that. But he paid the price because he was sick for the next day and he was just tired. But I was just confused. 10:30 at night, it's the day before finals. Just go to bed, do something else. Don't order food from when you're at an away game. Obviously something's going to happen like that because people knew that the Bulls were staying at that hotel and that Jordan was ordering something. So it was just dumb by Jordan to do that. But hey, he still dropped 38 in that game, so you can't really complain. And the final thing that I was really surprised to see in the documentary was Jordan's bond with his security. They became his posse, his entourage in his career. I reckon towards the end of his career, he was struggling with the fans and everything. So this security group became like a family to him. He wouldn't socialise much without them, I don't think. Steve Kerr actually said something along the lines of we didn't really get to know him too much in those last couple seasons, which I reckon, he was going to their practices and everything, but I doubt that he was going to all their parties and everything like they were always doing. So Jordan's bond with his security guards was vital, and he stood by their side. Even when the one guy got sick, he was helping him out. He gave him the game ball. It was actually remarkable. Well, there you have it, guys. Just as a few facts that I picked up that actually stuck with me that I never knew about Michael Jordan and found so absolutely fascinating. That documentary was by far the greatest documentary I've ever seen. This documentary has also paved the way for really elite stars to get their own documentaries. I hope Kobe Bryant had a camera with him his whole last season. I hope LeBron's got a camera with him now. And this is a bit of a smoky, but I reckon Luka Doncic should start getting a camera going around with him, because in 15 years they're going to want to make a documentary about him too. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.